morning. This is Sherman Dahl with Investing with Awareness. I thought we would take a few moments today just to go over the incredible results that were put out this morning by Pan Global. As many of you already know, Pan Global is one of our top copper stories. In our view, it's one of the best copper stories in the world at this point. Pan Global is a remarkable company which has got a significant discovery in the Iberian Pyrite Belt in Spain. Now, a lot of people may not be familiar with the mineralization in Spain, but it's one of the most highly mineralized areas on the globe. In particular, it's very well known for its copper deposits. If we look at the history of Spain, it goes back to the original formation of Rio Tinto, and Rio Tinto has their original deposit was in Spain, which is now owned by Italia Mining. So the historic nature of the Iberian Pyrite Belt is very well known, especially amongst geologists, and is home to some of the largest and highest grade copper deposits that are known. So the news release that came out this morning, I think, was very, very informative, where Pan Global announced a drill program on 8 of its copper targets in the Escacena project in Spain. This is a pretty significant news release. It just shows, they've got 4 drill rigs that are going to be running full blast over the next number of months to further expand the discoveries within this Iberian Pyrite Belt asset. The La Romana target is already a significant discovery, but there's many other targets to test. And it's probably best just to really refer you to the news release that came out today, where Tim Moody had basically stated that drilling has continued at Escacena with up to 4 drill rigs that have been operating since January. This means that the current plan includes testing at least 6 new targets in the Escacena project, in addition to continue to expand the copper and tin mineralization at La Romana. Clearly, Tim's excited at the potential to make further copper discoveries with drilling that's now initiated on several of these new targets, all within 5 kilometers of their near surface La Romana copper tin discovery. These ongoing exploration efforts, continue to generate multiple high priority targets. Drilling's underway in a number of the different targets, and I think really investors should really be paying attention. We've got a relatively low market cap of around 70 million to 80 million. At the current share price, it's now below 40 cents. So Pan Global continues to be, one of our top picks. And we're not the only ones that sort of see it this way. There's some significant high net worth investors and institutions that are following Pan Global very, very closely. Just for fun, because we do have an extra, couple minutes, I'm just going to share my screen here, and we can actually take a look at. Here's the news release that Pan Global put out this morning, which I think is very informative and gives a very good overview of what Tim Moody. Now, Tim Moody, as many of you may already know, is one of the former executives from Rio Tinto, and so he has carefully, planned out this strategy, which included getting these world-class assets in the Iberian Pyrite Belt. So these assets that Tim's working on, or Pan Global's working on, are between the Rio Tinto, the amazing original discovery of Rio Tinto's mine, which is now owned by Italia, and Les Carus, which is owned by First Quantum. So these VMS clusters are very important for investors to pay attention to, because they're in a very friendly mining jurisdiction. These tend to be higher grade copper deposits, and in the case of Pan Global, they're relatively close to surface. Mr. Moody also, you can see on my screen here, that Pan Global is also in a very strong financial position. So, really for investors that are looking to take advantage of, the longer term fundamentals of copper, which have never been better since we're going into, this energy transformation, which can't be done without copper. You really, as an investor, want to pick a high quality company run by very capable management that's available at a very good price. So for investors to be able to buy this stock, below 50 cents, when really the targets, if you look at the targets of Sprott and Echelon, and there's a number of institutions that now follow Pan Global, not just us, that have targets north of $1 per share. So a pretty compelling story here, guys. Here's the Escacena project. You can see La Romana down here this is where the initial discovery is. And these are all these targets that Mr. Moody's pointing to that have yet to be properly drilled. And this area was sort of overlooked, not only historically, but even in modern times. Exxon used to own this property, or portions of this property. So, you know, Tim's efforts to go out and to continue to drill all these multiple targets is really starting to pay off. I mean, we're going into this fall with, we think, a very aggressive drill program that's going to be designed at unlocking some more value in terms of future discoveries. Just to end, thought I would highlight this figure 3 that Pan Global put in this current news release, and a very stunning, you know, target that's actually below the La Romana initial discovery. So not only do we have this initial discovery that's close to surface, there's indications that there's a much deeper target at La Romana. You know, if Pan Global is successful at putting in some successful drill holes into this target, not to mention all the other targets that we talked about in the Iberian Pyrite Belt, in one of the world's best jurisdictions. I mean, this story could continue to grow in a very nice way. One thing we know for sure, we've got a very strong treasury, we've got a very capable management. We're sitting already on a significant discovery with multiple targets. Now, the market is offering a really interesting time for investors to be able to really go in and buy this stock at a relatively low market cap compared to all the wonderful things that are going on. So I thought I would just take a few moments of your time, highlight this, take a look at Pan Global, you know, do your own homework. But I think you're going to find that if you want to have a key position in energy transition, and you want to have a key position in a world-class copper discovery, you know, Pan Global is one to definitely have a look at. Thanks, everyone.